Hello again. It is Monday of week 8 of my summer 2015 vlog. Today has been spent mostly doing errands and cleaning up, kind of recovering from the couple of days camping that I had last week with my sons. You can check that out in week 7 of my vlog from last week. Today I've been doing errands and email and all sorts of stuff. Got a new card for the camera because we are actually heading back to the west side of the state, this time with my whole family and my extended family, to Holland, Holland State Park. So we're doing some stuff in preparation of that. I am going to try and get a little bit of time in my workshop in today and tomorrow, but we'll see. We're going to spend a bunch of time packing tomorrow, of course, and then Wednesday we hit the road. Basically what I'm doing right now is just checking to make sure that our bike carrier is still set up and working the way I set it up last year. In order to get this bike rack on this vehicle, which is a 2011 Chevy Traverse, I had to do a little bit of engineering, so let me show you what I mean. This bike rack is designed to work where these clips attached to the straps support the entire carrier, which is fine, or was fine on our previous vehicle, which is a minivan. But unfortunately on this car, this part where they would hook on is actually a plastic fairing. And I was very, very nervous about the idea of trying to hook these clips to that. So my next thought was the rails for the roof rack, but unfortunately that didn't work out initially either. There's no place for this hook to attach to the rail for the roof rack, and we don't have the full roof rack kit on there, so I couldn't attach it to a rail from the roof rack system because it's not there. So what I ended up doing was fabricating this little bracket. And this is just a little piece of flat stock that I cut to size and bent. So this is actually drilled out and screwed straight down into the roof of the car using the stock Torx screws that it comes with. And this little lip provides a place for the hook to securely fit into there so that the strap can attach the rest of the rack there. And finally, in the interest of safety, I did also add a ratcheting tie-down strap. This loops around the entire body of this, and then inside as well. So there's just no chance that this can really come loose once this is ratcheted down tight. It also allows me to lift the back hatch of the car without having to take the rack off. So now that this is installed, I'm probably just going to leave this on here until Wednesday morning when we load it up with the bikes. It's Tuesday morning. Today is going to be mostly consumed with cleaning the house and packing all the kind of stuff that you have to do in order to take a long trip. We're going to actually be out of town for 5 days, Wednesday through Monday. So this vlog will actually come out, I don't know, I'm taking a laptop this time to edit. We're going to be staying in cabins this time instead of tents. So my hope is that I'll get this vlog out by Sunday night, Monday, just like normal. One thing I did want to show today was this. I didn't do a very good job of recording this last night because honestly this is kind of my test piece. This is the short section of benchtop or countertop that I've glued up, and that's going to go in that spot right over there between the cabinet and the workbench, and this is going to be my miter saw station. The miter saw is just kind of perched on that cabinet for right now because once this top is glued up and the frame is built, similar to how the frame for that workbench over there has been built, then this will become the countertop station. So I'm going to get this out of the clamps and see how it turned out with the threaded rod and the glue up that I did last night. I think it looks pretty good. I gotta get the threaded rod cut here so that it's not sticking out, but apart from a little cleanup on the top here, I think it turned out pretty well. So all in all, that was a pretty nice evening's work last night. Now back to other stuff. You know, it's summer vacation when it's 11 o'clock at night and we're still rolling through mire. Also, look at the contents of this cart. It's ridiculous. Whoa. We look like we eat the worst food in the world ever. Except good thing it's for camping. What, Aiden?
Except for like the water.
Yeah, the water is acceptable.
Wait, how much?
It's Wednesday morning. We're finally ready to hit the road. It is 11:59 a.m. It takes a long time to get this many people and this much stuff packed up, but we're finally ready to hit the road for Grand Rapids. So I actually just dropped the rest of the family off in Grand Rapids with my mother-in-law, and I am heading to Holland now, which is about 45-50 minutes away from Grand Rapids, to hang out with my cousin. and to help him with a building project that he's got queued up for us. This is super fun. He's a great guy, fantastic guitar player, and actually is the person who introduced me to David Picciuto's YouTube channel. So we're gonna go and hang out and do some building and see their family, or I am at least, while my family hangs out with my mother-in-law. And yeah, should be a fun day. All right, so what's the plan?
Okay, so these are 21-inch spans in between our 8-foot 2x4s.
Okay.
And then we'll have some 2x4 legs. These will be about 7 feet high, so this is side view.
Yep.
And these shelves will just fit right inside here.
That's about right. Okay, so that's good. Bad for a night's work. It is Thursday. We are on our way from Grand Rapids over to Holland now to go to Holland State Park. So we've got a bit of a drive ahead of us, and then we will be setting up camp. All right, we're here. What's it time to do?
It's time to go camping.
And unload all the stuff,
Yeah,
right?
well, that too, but...
We certainly have plenty of stuff to unload this time. It's Thursday evening. We've set up camp. We've had our first dinner here. And you're probably going to notice the look of the vlog starting to change from this point forward. A, my iPhone is just about out of space to record on. And B, there's enough beautiful cinematic stuff here that I'm going to switch the big camera to the DSLR. So look for some beautiful, hopefully epic, more cinematic center shots for most or all of the vlog from now on this week.
That is fun.
So we had a really nice time on the beach tonight at Lake Michigan here at Holland State Park. We're gonna head back and maybe do a campfire or just chill for the rest of the night. Great first day camping. It's Friday morning. We've been enjoying some really nice mellow weather here at Holland State Park so far. I think we're gonna head to the beach in a little bit. Should be a nice day for me. We're headed to the beach. What do you think?
I like the beach.
Impressions? Predictions?
You are not the modern Mary Cassatt?
I might be. You never know.
I don't think so.
This has been a really fun week so far. Because it's family time, I haven't been shooting a ton of videos per se. But what I have been doing is working on a lot of time lapse, and I'm going to go over to the channel here and shoot some more time lapse right now. This weirdo's coming with me, I guess. Here we go. Careful crossing the road here. We just spent some time checking out the sunset at the pier here at Holland State Park, and we're going to call it a night. It was really a beautiful day here, and it was great spending some time with my family. See you tomorrow.
Oh.
It's Saturday night. I decided to not really record anything for the vlog today. We had a big family party and a lot of family time, and I just decided not to put that in. So I think the only thing that I'm going to record for the vlog today is this gorgeous sunset that I see behind me here on Lake Michigan. It's Sunday afternoon here now in Holland State Park, and I thought about two things that I want to talk about today for just a second here. One is a more practical thing, which is the time-lapse stuff that I've been shooting this week. Last week when I brought the GoPro rig for the Lake Michigan adventure that I took with my sons, one thing I hadn't really dug into too much at that point was GoPro Studio, and I'm starting to use that now to assemble some time lapses. In fact, I even brought my laptop with me this time since we're staying in cabins, and working on doing some editing of these time lapses. And I think GoPro Studio is going to let me do some things that are really dynamic with the time lapses in terms of like zooming and panning and adding some motion and things that wouldn't necessarily be present just in the time lapse themselves. So I'm pretty excited about that, and I'm using that without a GoPro. That's just with the regular SLR camera. I do have an intervalometer built into the battery grip on my camera that lets me run time lapses on the SLR. And so the nice thing about GoPro Studio is that I can use that with whatever camera as long as it can shoot a whole series of images. The other thing that I wanted to kind of talk about for just a second was how important weeks like this are in my summer as an educator and maker and all the other stuff that I do. These are really my recharge times, and I think a lot of people have that same kind of experience. But it was really hammered home for me this morning. I was sitting around our camp circle with a cup of coffee, and of all things started thinking about my 7th grade programming class that's coming up in the fall, and started getting ideas, putting more information into my syllabus outline that I've created and so forth. So those times like this are really super important to give that mental break and to come back really strong. It's getting to that point in the summer where I think my whole family is feeling that school is kind of around the corner, even though this year, with Memorial Day being really late, we're going to start school in a month. We've still got a month. I don't want to take that time for granted, obviously, but it is starting to feel like school is coming up. So these recharge weeks are the things that they might not be super apparent, but and they'll pay dividends in January or February of this year. So I hope you have enjoyed the vlog this week. I'm going to be wrapping it up really quickly here. We're going to be traveling tomorrow and spending some last time with my family today, so this will be just about it. There may be some bonus footage though. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, subscribe to my YouTube channel or check me out on Instagram at Bill Van Loo.